Howdy y'all, today we're taking a look at something a little bit different. We have what I'm going to call the Jääkäri Small, made by Savotta in Finland. Y'all are going to have to bear with me because my South Arkansas redneck accent cannot handle these foreign words. So I'm just going to call it the Small Jääkäri, and if y'all don't like that, I don't know, don't watch it or something. Anyway, this is the small version. They make a medium, large, and extra large. And I will say it's small. It's only 18 to 20 liters, but it holds a heck of a lot more than I would give it credit for. Because usually when you get backpacks of this type, they're going to be segmented into a whole bunch of different compartments. So you'll end up having a compartment here, and then like a really small main compartment. This has none of that. It's just a sack. You get a little, goodie pouch. That's what I would call it. I'd probably put like a hygiene kit or something in here. It's a little small zippered pouch. Down in the depths of the pack, you have just this little elastic pouch for a camelback, port for a camelback hose, one on each side. Real simple stuff. Has 4 rows of MOLLE webbing on the front, 5 on the sides, 2 straps to close it up with, and then a compression strap on either side. It's made out of heavy duty nylon fabric. And it has this nice, you can see that on camera, it has this nice rubberized coating that makes it waterproof. I haven't had a chance to test that yet, but it certainly feels waterproof. As far as the construction and build quality of it is concerned, I mean, everything about it looks top notch. All the stitches are really tight. Everything feels solid. I haven't noticed any loose threads. I've worn it around. I haven't had a chance to take it out into the woods yet, but I've worn it on, just some walks around the house for a couple of hours, and I haven't noticed any loose spots or anything like that, which, I mean, if it started to break down from just that little bit of use, I wouldn't know what to say about it, so I'm going to have to get back with you guys on that. But it seems to be a really well executed, well thought out pack. Oh, I forgot to mention it also has 2 MOLLE rows on the top. As far as the back is concerned, you've got this little carry loop. Now, something some people may not like is that there is no padding at all on these straps. It's just single layer fabric with some accessory loops on here. It looks like they kind of used the MOLLE pattern for this stuff. I mean, you can't really MOLLE anything with a single layer, so I don't know why they did that. It's probably just convenient to do. Then you've got a little lanyard loop type thing going on here on either side. Another thing that's a little unconventional is the adjustments at the bottom. So when you actually put this on, you have to reach down by your hip and pull upwards instead of having it up on the top half and pulling downwards. There is a way that they have, they've got it listed on their website of switching that around if you don't like that. I've messed with it a little bit and it doesn't seem to be a problem for me. It's just not an issue. It's easy to get on and off and get adjusted. So, your mileage may vary. I wouldn't personally worry about it. Velcro tab for, name tags or unit IDs or whatever you might want. It's got a little piece of plastic reinforcement in here so that you can kind of roll this up almost like a dry bag. And I'm sure that does good to help keep rain out of it. I really like roll top backpacks for that reason. Is you just have a solid uniform surface for rain to fall on instead of landing on a zipper. It just seems to keep things a little bit drier that way. Both of the buckles seem to be pretty heavy duty. They're not super flimsy feeling. They are plastic, they're not metal. So it's a little lighter, but probably a little weaker that way. Down on the bottom, you have enough slack that if you want to try to, attach anything, thread anything through here and hold like a sleeping roll or something like that, you can do that. It's a little bit too tight for a standard GI foam bedroll. I tried that. You can get it in there, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. And yeah, the rubberized coating does seem to go all the way around. There's no, well, as I was, there is, it's on the inside. Yeah, it's on the inside of that, so that's just the inside of that pouch there. Yeah, the rubberized coating seems to go all the way around. I didn't get it with this one, but there is a kind of a foam back pad that you can slide down in here where the camelback is supposed to go. And I don't see how that would interfere with the camelback any. But that gives you some padding and some extra reinforcement on your back if you feel you need it. There is no internal frame or any kind of support to this. It's just a bag. You can wad it up however you want. It's actually one of the things that they advertise you can do is if you're not using it and you want to use it like as an assault pack or something like that, you can just take it and roll it up into nothing and put it on a backpack or stuff it in a sustainment pouch or something like that. Here probably in the next week or so, I'm going to take this out and try to do a long walk with it and see if it wears a hole in me or if it gives out. So far, like I said, I've worn it around for a couple of hours. The straps don't seem to be a problem. I've worn Molly 2 rucksacks and Alice packs that have a way wider, more padded shoulder strap. That always seemed to cut off circulation real bad for me. So we're going to see how these do and see if that's any better or worse. And I'll get back to you guys on that. But so far, from just having worn it for a couple of hours around the house, it doesn't seem to be a problem. It's actually small enough and comfortable enough that you can kind of just about forget it's there. It just, for me anyway, I'm a large frame guy, but it fits on my back and it's just the right size to not get in the way and not get hung up on things as I'm going through. So yeah, that's the general overview of it. It's super, it feels super solid, super durable, and it's just simple, nothing complicated going on here. There's very few points of failure on this that I can see. All right, to give you all a better idea of what I'm talking about how to tighten the pack straps and how that's different, it's located down here at the bottom of the strap instead of up here towards the middle or top. And you just pull it kind of upward angle towards the center of your chest on either side. And it just snugs right on up and helps it get up high up on your back. Tightens the shoulder straps up nicely, no problem. You can do both of them at the same time, like that. Normally on a more conventional system, you would come up kind of where these tabs are and get a hold of the tails and just pop like that. And that would pull it all the way up to the top of your back and tighten the straps up. Doesn't seem to make any difference to me. Your mileage may vary. Another thing that I neglected to mention in the overview is there is no chest strap or waist strap. What you see here is what you've got. It's just shoulder straps. I don't personally use the waist belt or the chest strap if I can avoid it, so your mileage may vary on that. If you don't like it, that may be a consideration. There used to be an accessory chest strap that you could get that would attach here. I'm not sure if those are still available or not. You just have to look on Rostalaika and see if they've got it. Also, to give you guys an impression of how big this is, like I said, I'm a large frame guy. I'm 6'7", so you can see how big it is compared to me. And I find it to be a nice size. It's holding all the stuff that I intend to carry in it with plenty of room. you know, it's not sticking out super far. That's the problem I had with the Alice and Molly packs, is that they're just too freaking huge to go through the brush around here, and hold too much stuff and get too heavy. You know, you go surfing down a mountainside one time and you realize you need to make a change. So we're going to see how this does, and I'll get back with y'all on that.